There are powers on Earth too hidden to be seen, and conspiracies too vast to comprehend. For years, the world has seen fact distorted, reality manipulated, and the truth concealed. Join the Pierre Sivak Podcast to uncover the real meanings behind ancient aliens and their symbolism.
Hi, this is Pierre Sivak, unlocking the keys to the mysteries. Now, today I want to talk about the serpent chariot. Now, as I've mentioned before, within Judaic and Apocrypha symbolism, we have the opening wheels. Now, the opening wheels is a type of flying saucer. It is connected to both the chariot and is also aligned to the throne chariot. As we've mentioned before, the throne is drawn typically with a wheel of a serpent, with a wheel combined with a serpent, and is therefore used to denote the throne or a throne chariot, which is connected to this seraphic host. Hence, there is this relationship between Saba, which is an army, and Sephav, which is a viper. In this context, this would be the seraphic host. Now, I want to draw allusion to the serpent chariot. Now, the serpent chariot is interconnected, obviously, with the opening wheels. The opening wheels is a carrier of an angel. So, in this respect, it is aligned to the scatological tradition. Scaphology is the study of angelic vessels within the religious and mythological tradition. Now, the flying saucers are traditionally related to lizards. Hence, in English, this correspondence between saucer and sauros, which is a lizard. And that type of etymology is also found within the ancient Semitic languages as well. Now, the signifier of the chariot, it's related semantically to a watcher and is connected linguistically to a jinn, one who is concealed. Now, the relationship is found with the Erin. Erin is a watcher or a shining one. It's polymorphic. But in this respect, the watcher or the shining one is a reference to Sopheth, which is a watcher, Seraph, which is a serpent. Again, in the Greek, Drakon, coming from the etymology Drakane, which is to see, is related to the word to shine as well. Now, the watchers are appertaining to the ru'akh Elohim, the high spirits, hence the relationship between Seraph and Shofar, which is an apparition. Okay, so we're seeing that there is this connection with the jinn, those who are born from fire, the ru'akh Elohim, the high spirits. The spirit in this respect is a type of jinn, and the seraphim again, Serapha, which is fire, which are those who are connected to Sirius, those who are born of fire. Now, the Arabic, it's interesting to look at the Arabic etymology for a chariot, and I'm just going to try and break down some of these etymologies and see how they actually relate, both in terms of lordship. The reference to lordship in this connection, in this respect, is one who is born from a boat. The Ben Sira. Sira is the Hebrew word for a boat. Sira in Arabic is the Arabic word for Sirius. Those who are born of a boat are interchangeable of those who are born from Sirius. As we said before, they are the seraphim. Serapha, fire, relates to Sirius Aster, the scorching one, the scorching star Sirius. So, lordship is this grafted bloodline which are attributed to the seraphim, to the fallen watchers. Now, in the Testament of Amram, we know that Erin watchers are described as having a viper-like countenance. And again, the etymology of Erin, which are the watchers, is a word play on the Old Semitic word Awim, which are the serpents. Now, the Awim, the serpents, are interconnected to the Elohim, hence the relationship between the singular noun El, which is a god, and El and which is a watcher. Now, I want to go into the etymologies of the throne chariot, in particular the chariot. So, in Arabic, the word rekeb, a chariot, is closely aligned to the verb rakab, which is to ride. Now, what's interesting is the charioteer is also interconnected to one who watches, which would have this connotation within the Apocrypha tradition of the watchers or the shining ones, which are the seraphim. So we see that there's this etymological alignment between ru'akh, which is to ride, rakaba, which is to watch, one who watches. So again, the connotation is of a watcher. Now we know that this is a serpentine watcher because of the close correspondence between rakaba, which is to watch, kab, which is a coil. Now the modern Arabic word kab, which is a coil, is a close cognate of the old Semitic word keb, which is a serpent. Figuratively, this would be denoting a seraphic watcher. Hence, Saba, which is an army related to Sabaoth, the host, but is related to Sappho, which is a seraph. The seraph in this respect would be the seraphic host. So Yahweh Sabaoth, the Lord of the host, is specifically Lord of the seraphic host. He is the Lord of the seraphim. Sometimes he's also referred to as the Lord of the spiritual hosts. Now, Keb, which is a serpent, is figurative of a seraph or a seraphim, which are the watchers or the shining ones. But Keb is closely related to Kaba, which is to hide, which is related to this hidden tradition, which is really the classified discourse. The classified discourse is the classical tradition. Classis, which is a naval fleet, in this respect refers to Malak, an angel, Malak, a sailor. So we're dealing here with the angelic sailors, hence the correspondence with Yahweh Sabaoth, the Lord of the host, Sevet, which is a crew of a naval vessel. So Keb is related to the serpent, which is related to this hidden tradition. Kaba, which is to hide or to conceal. Now, Kaba is a clayleptical symbol. In other words, we can take the word hide, Kaba in the Old Semitic, and we can change that and change that to the Arabic word Jana, which is to conceal or to hide, where we would get the etymology for a jinn. So we know therefore that the Keb, which is a serpent or a seraphim, can be rendered as a jinn. And indeed, in the Apocryphal traditions, the seraphim, which is the Hebrew word, is often translated in Arabic as a jinn. So we know that the etymologies correspond. And therefore, Kaba, which is to hide, is related to this hidden tradition. Hence, Kaba, which is to inform. Now, Kaba, which is inform, is related to Kaba, which is one who enumerates. Now, in the Old Semitic, this would imply a messenger or an angel, and is related to Haba, which is the Arabic word for news. So one who enumerates is a messenger or an angel, and is the Old Semitic word for a messenger or an angel. It's cryptic. Now, Kaba, one who enumerates, by implication a messenger or an angel, is a close cognate of Kaba, which is an associate or a companion. In the Aramaic, this would be a familiar spirit. Okay, and we're seeing that there is this crossover between Kaba, which is one who enumerates, by implication a messenger or an angel. Connotation also means a familiar spirit, a companion. And Kaba, which in the hieroglyphic would be a son of a star. The terminology a son of a star is really a configuration on one who enumerates, by implication a messenger. Now, Kaba, son of a star, is a wordplay on Kabir, which is Lord. Again, we can really say that this is lordship. The implication is one who is born of a boat, the Ben Sira, those who are born of a boat. And again, there is this relationship in the Greek with the archons, who are an angel or a ruler, which is related to ark in the Greek, olkas, a large carrier vessel. So there is this correlation with a ship and a lord. So just to summarize then, if we go through the etymologies very quickly, we can see our Rekeb, which is a chariot, is connected to Kabir, which is a lordship, which relates to one who is born of a star, and Kaba, which is a son of a star, which is a configuration on the Old Semitic etymology of Kaba, one who enumerates, by implication a messenger or an angel. But the connotation also means a companion spirit, hence Kaba, which is a familiar spirit in the Aramaic. Hence the terminology Kaba is to inform. These are angelic messengers, they are connected to spirits, but they are also related to the seraphim, hence the relationship between Keb, which is a serpent, Kab, which is a coil, Rakaba, which is to watch, one who watches is a seraphim, hence the correspondence with Sopheth, which is a watcher, and a seraph. And now Rakaba is one who watches, is related to Rakab, which is to ride, Rekeb, which is a chariot. In this respect, this would be an angelic chariot or a serpent chariot. Hence, within symbolism, the serpent chariot is often drawn with a wheel with a serpent. It's denoting the seraphic host, hence the correspondence between Saba, which is an army, and Sepheth, which is a serpent. The Sabaoth is the angelic host. In the Bible, Yahweh Sabaoth is the Lord of the host. So, as we can see, the terminology Rekeb, a chariot, and Keb, which is a serpent, it is polyglottal, and it does reappear in the English wordplay saucer and Soros, which is a lizard. So Rekeb, a chariot, and Keb, a serpent, is also found in the English wordplay saucer and Soros, a lizard. Now, these are flying saucers, as I've mentioned before in my video, numismatological symbolism. The flying saucer, archaically, was really represented as a votive saucer or a receptacle or a vessel. And again, the symbolism of money is interconnected into the idea of a cog. So the money traditionally has a serrated edge, which is denotive of this cog. The cog is this flying saucer, because the flying saucers are connected together like a series of cogs, and this is going back into the scatological tradition of the study of angelic vessels. Okay, so if we read between the lines, we can say that the angel rides around in a chariot. This denotes the Ophanim wheels, and again the signifier of the chariot is interchangeable with an angelic ship, which again is a type of carrier or a ship. And again, the symbol of the wheel is interconnected both with the ship, but the ship is adorned with the shield on the outward edge of the ship. There is a shield, hence the relationship between Pleon, which is a boat or a vessel in the Greek, and Oplon, which is a shield, which would relate to Opolite, which is a soldier. In this respect, this is Erpeton, which is a reptile, which is the seraphic host, and Erpeton, a reptile, is related to those who snatch or abduct. Hence, Apue, those who abduct. Again, there is this correspondence in the Latin between rapere, which is a rapist, those who take or seize, and rapere, which is a reptile. So again, the symbolism is polyglottal within the Greek and within the Latin. This idea of a stealing host, which is identified with the angels and with the seraphic host. So, just to summarise, we can say that Kabar, which is a messenger in the Old Semitic, or it connotes this messenger, it's cryptic of a messenger, it's suggestive of an angelic being, but it's a pun on the Old Semitic word Kabar, which is a son of a star. Kabar, a son of a star, is related etymologically to Rakaba, which is to watch. Those who watch would be the seraphim, those who are born from Sirius, those who are born from a boat. In this respect, Rakaba, though, would relate to Rakab, which is to ride, and Rekeb, which is a chariot. In this respect, the Ophanim wheels are the serpent chariot, which can be understood as a type of flying saucer or a votive receptacle. Hence the correspondence between saucer and Soros, a lizard, in English. Okay, this is the occult tradition of a flying chariot, which can be understood as a flying saucer. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. I know this is how the etymology of a chariot relates to a son of a star, which can be understood as lordship. It's very interesting how the etymologies play out when you deconstruct the etymologies of the Watchers and the Shining Ones. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is Pierre Sabak. I would ask that you please pass these videos along, please share them, please discuss these videos and talk about these videos. Please, let's try and make this a better world. This is Pierre Sabak. Thank you for listening. Thank you.